when families do start the journey that is called the Schechter School of Long Island, really do not envision that by the end of this process, some of the students will end up serving in either the American Army or the Israeli Army.
We have 3 kids. Ira and Jeremy are twins. Then 3 years later, Shira was born. We wanted them to have a Jewish foundation, which they definitely got.
Schechter was everything for me. I think at Schechter, Judaism in Israel, you don't learn it to be a part of you, you learn that is you. When I went to the University of Delaware, there was some part of me I really felt like I was missing. I started to really think about, was this meaningful enough for me staying in college? And I spent a solid month thinking about moving to Israel and joining the IDF. I realized, if not now, then when? I decided to tell my parents, which wasn't an easy conversation.
I was scared. I didn't want him going.
I wasn't shocked when he said that. The pride, excitement of your son wanting to do that, but yet also concern as a parent.
It was his freshman year of college. We discussed him finishing college first.
I also wanted to finish college early, and I did that. The AP credits at Schechter definitely helped.
He made sure to graduate in 3 years. A lot of people told me, don't worry, he's gonna be fine.
And she had the same conversation with Orna. Nutra was able to reassure her that it's okay to have those feelings.
That she has those feelings too. He had our blessing.
Taking a 9th grader or even starting much earlier throughout the years to instill in them leadership qualities comes so beautifully together with serving in either army.
On Ned Aliyah in August of 2021, I came through a program called Garin Savar, which is a program to help lone soldiers from abroad immigrate to Israel and to acclimate to Israeli culture. When this finished, I was then ready to join the army.
Before he even drafted, he knew he was going into Tzanchanim, paratroopers.
4 months of basic training, 4 months of advanced training. In basic training, they take you from a citizen to a soldier, and in advanced training, from a soldier to a combat soldier. We finished that in November. We had our Masakunta, which is the final trek. It's 50 kilometers. In the end, you get your red beret.
We landed in Israel the day before and drove to Jerusalem at 4 a.m. and watched as they all walked up, and we were there for the ceremony.
And then we go to the battalion, and there we start our active service. Once you are in the battalion, you switch every 4 months. You do 4 months of training, 4 months of guarding. We were in training when October 7th hit. On Friday, they told us we need to have everything ready. All our bags, all our equipment.
Right after Shabbos, they were planning to go to his final war week in the army. They were all prepared and ready to go to war.
In the case that something happens, this is one of the units or battalions that is ready to go.
We have the Red Alert app on our phones for the incoming missiles, and the 6th of October, here 11:30 at night, and our phones were just going crazy.
On Saturday morning, our commander walks in, there's a war in the south and we're going, and we all get up, we're getting ready quickly.
I had been up the whole night.
And then he woke me up at 7 o'clock, and he goes, Beth, you have to get ready for work. And I was up all night, and the situation in Israel is not good, and Ira's phone is off. I got up and got ready, and like a zombie, went to work.
We load the helicopter, and they cramp the helicopter. They end up fitting more than 50 soldiers when it's really only supposed to fit 30. And as we're approaching the Gaza envelope, they say, in the moment we land, we need to run out. And next thing you know, boom, the entire helicopter shakes. We are hit. They're shooting at us, and one of the engines failed. The pilot, who ended up being a hero, is a mechanism to release the gas tank. And that saved us. They opened the back, and we just start running out.
Now you come out of this crash, and now you're getting shot at.
They tell us to get down and to use the bag as a shield. We were between the terrace and another kfar called Kfar Maimon.
At this moshav, who did not have the first
Security
responder team, there was one guy with one pistol, and it was a religious moshav. They were in synagogue with Simchat Torah. They had made a call to the army, send people, we have nothing, we're going to be slaughtered. And all of a sudden, they were there and saw this helicopter. They said, like angels from heaven.
And they say those soldiers who came down prevented this terrorist from even getting close.
And the entire moshav was saved.
After the last soldier left the helicopter, you just hear another whoosh, and the helicopter just goes up in flames. It was honestly a miracle.
I got many calls, friends, family. I had no news to give them. Oprah called me. She was one of the first people to call me that morning. And she said, "Where's Ira?" And I said, I don't know. He was on base, and now I think they sent him south. He wasn't originally in the south. And she says, "Booby, that's good news. It may not make sense, but it was good news that he wasn't there when it started." And I said to her, "But Omer was." I mean, there's no words.
During the summer months, from July to the end of October, I was in training, and he was there in the Gaza border. In the beginning of November, he was supposed to lead his position in the Gaza border, and I was supposed to be on the Nahal Oz base, which is another base along the border. I know that that could have been me, and that he would do the same for me.
Omer went to Schechter, just like me. He was to go to Binghamton University, just like me. Left to join the army, just like me. And we share an adoptive family. Ayala is his adoptive mother, and she was my adoptive sister. So her parents were my adoptive parents. Omer is the only other soldier that family's taken. Two people in the same high school, going to the same college, joining a foreign army, and then being taken in by the same adoptive family. I don't know, you tell me what the odds on that are.
What they have learned here, the commitment to Judaism, Medinat Israel, they have done us proud.
There was a WhatsApp voice message that said, "Your boys are heroes. That's why I get emotional. They saved those people."
And I think it's one of my responsibilities to share what I went through. Not just the Jewish community, I also think the world needs to hear these stories. At the end of the day, if I'm not going to share my story, who's going to?
Bring my brother home.
Bring all the hostages home now.